want to say good afternoon and welcome to 80/20 Facebook Express. I'm Brian Todd and I'm on with Keith Krantz, who currently shows his microphone as muted. Um, but I know you're in for quite a treat today. And as Keith promised, this particular session is you getting your Facebook campaigns up and running from soup to nuts. And so that's the main objective for what we're going to cover today, how you set up a successful Facebook campaign and where you start and where you go from there. So Keith, I'm still showing your mic as muted and not hearing any audio from you.
Okay, here I am. Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Actually, I couldn't hear you. Now I can. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, here we go. All right, cool. So I'm excited. Hopefully everybody else out there is excited for the course. So I guess first of all, congratulate yourself, everybody that's on this first session. I would say that you are the most committed of the bunch. You know, a lot of people, learned about this training course and heard some of the promotional webinars and Q&As and stuff like that. And so I'm excited about everybody on here because we know you guys are committed. You guys are action takers. So no matter where your business is, whether you're trying to scale it up to the next level or you're kind of a beginner in this stage, the way the course is going to work basically is these first 3 sessions. So today is obviously the first session. It can go about 2 hours or so, hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on questions and stuff. So then we have another one basically a week from tomorrow, I believe, and then I think a week from the week after that. And so, of course, make sure you guys are all getting into the Facebook group. And if you haven't requested to be a part of it, make sure you check the email that you got from Perry's group and make sure you do request to join the group. I started adding people this morning or just a little bit ago. So we'll have updates in there. You can ask your questions in there. And I just ask, please try to, if you can, keep everything as positive as possible. And don't obviously, be trying to sell your own stuff and stuff like that. It's a great place to make connections and build relationships, but no pitching and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, excited. So today, the way that I'm going to work today's lesson is I'm going to basically give you a little bit of an overview here right at the beginning, and then I'm going to go into basically a step, kind of my 10 steps to creating a successful Facebook campaign. Okay, and soup to nuts. It's going to be a lot of information. Take notes. Try not to jump online and go look at this and go look at that too much while I'm doing it. I think you're going to be a little bit better off if you pay attention as much as possible. Take some notes, maybe pull up a tab or two to refer back to after the training, and then you can, of course, refer back to the recorded session anytime you want once it's in there. So and then, like I said, feel free to ask any questions. If Brian feels it's adequate, well, he can jump in and interrupt me. Otherwise, probably most of the questions will probably get at the end here. Other than that, let's see here. Brian, do you have anything to add? You guys have anything that you can think of that I need to throw in there before we get rolling?
I don't have anything to add other than I'm just glad that our group is here, and I see from the name list that we have lots and lots of new folks. We also have lots and lots of familiar faces from Planet Perry, including former bobsled run participants and AdWords Bootcamp and everything else. So
Sweet.
Good mix. Great to have everyone together today.
Okay, cool. So that's good to know too. And the very beginning of my 10 steps is kind of super basic stuff, but I'm going to go through that pretty quickly. So don't worry. As we get into we'll be getting into page post ads and stuff like that on today's training, how to set them up, how to add tracking, how to submit it, everything. So, and then what I'm going to do is the future sessions, we'll be going deeper into each individual kind of category. So should be fun. So let's go ahead and get rolling. So basically, I'm going to be talking about a step-by-step guide to creating the most effective Facebook ad campaign that generates leads, sales, and builds your brand fast. And what the reason I say that is because today's lesson, I'm going to talk about page post ads. I'm not going to talk about sidebar ads. I'm going to show you what they are, but I'm not going to talk about them or anything like that. I'm just going to give you, because I want you to be able to actually go start running ads and start testing stuff after today. That's the goal. So I'm basically going to be walking you through the most profitable campaign that you can run right now. Cool? Okay, so today's agenda, basically, I'm going to talk just real quickly about why the time is now to start using Facebook right, correctly, much more than a year ago. Talk about the Facebook sales process, getting started, creating your Facebook page and advertising account. This stuff, that can be confusing, even if you've already ran some ads. This part's, it's really weird, but it's really confusing for a lot of people, so I'm going to go over that here. And then I'm going to run through the different types of Facebook ads, and then I am going to go through the 10-step process for setting up a successful campaign, okay, for beginners and seasoned Facebook people. Okay, so why Facebook, why now? Real quick, I've touched about this in some of the promotional webinars. You guys might have seen this, but I want to hit this again because what's happening is one of the big reasons why Facebook has changed so much is because they've given us much greater capabilities of getting in front of our exact ideal target audience by newsfeed ads, okay, by being able to upload custom audiences, by being able to retarget people. And so there was a shift, going from newspaper ads to TV, commercials when they first started out. It really changed the game. A lot of companies built their entire brands by using TV ads, like General Mills and stuff like that. And then, things started changing, and literally recently what's happening is people are doing product placement ads, and that's kind of how I compare Facebook newsfeed ads. I compare them to kind of television product placement ads. The other thing I compare Facebook ads to is being able to run a billboard. Imagine being able to, get your ad up on the top of, not on the top, but on a huge billboard, and being able to run an outdoor campaign along the freeways of some of the busiest freeways in your area or all over the country if you're a national type of business, and instead of having to pay 10, 20 grand a month for that space, you're only paying, well, first of all, it's a digital billboard. So imagine a digital billboard, and the only time it shows your ad is when your target audience drives by that. And then you still don't pay for that unless they stop and pull out their iPad in their car and type in the address, the URL that you have in your ad, okay? Or call the phone number. That's the difference, and yeah, we've been able to do sidebar ads and stuff like that, but the big difference is this. It's the news feed. So this is what I'm going to teach you today, how to do these types of ads, the ones you see in the middle here, taking up the entire space. You've also see something like where it says Doug Fagundes likes Wix, so you get that social proof, which gives you higher click-through rates and higher opt-in rates and higher sales conversion rates. So, and the other thing too is it's exciting is Facebook, we can now get our retargeting ads in the newsfeed. So with AdRoll, they've been doing this for a little while. I've been using Perfect Audience. They finally let us get into the newsfeed literally 2 days ago. So I'm really excited about that. I was almost going to switch over to AdRoll because they hadn't, let us get into the beta yet. And they finally did, and all our lists are in there, so I didn't want to switch over. But that's a big deal, you guys. So if you are generating most of your traffic from Google or direct mail, now when we're doing this stuff now on some of the promotional webinars, I showed screenshots of, $100 in spend and generating $469 in revenue, or like $200 or $300 in spend and generating like $1,400 in revenue from retargeting, and that was using sidebar retargeting. Now we're going to be able to have an ad like this that shows up in the newsfeed of somebody if whether they Doesn't matter what they like on Facebook, doesn't matter what their interests are. The only thing that matters is they visited your website or one of your landing pages one time, and now when they leave, you can use Facebook to really speed up the process of conversion. Google display, just general website web retargeting with whether you're using, there's tons of different companies you can use out there to do retargeting, but Facebook's a different story. We're not talking about a banner ad on a blog site with tons of other banners. We're talking about taking up the entire news feed with retargeting. Okay, you're talking about your click-through rates 100 times better than a retargeting ad on weather.com. Okay, it's amazing. Talking about getting a 2% click-through rate, 3%, 4% instead of 0.04. And then not 0.4, but actually 4%. We're getting basically like 1 to 5% click-through rates with our newsfeed stuff. So I digressed a little bit, but I just want you to realize that's really where the power comes in, because you can get in there and it doesn't matter if they are a fan of yours or not. So, and the difference, like I said, you pay 10 cents to 60 cents a click on a per-click basis, and you can track the results of every single click. And on the right side, if you're doing TV or billboard, you're talking about paying some big money up front. So let's talk about the Facebook sales cycle. I got a little video in the members area. Some of you might have already watched it. I know some of you haven't yet. So I want to talk about this a little bit. This is basically how the process should work. So Amy Porterfield, she's great. She actually did a similar diagram to this. I changed it up a little bit, but it's where I kind of got the idea a while back, and I love it because this is great because, well, I'll talk about this a little bit, and it really hits to that question when people are asking in the Q&A webinar we had today, what happens if Facebook goes away in 2 years, or is Facebook still going to be around? You know what? It doesn't matter, because if you can take advantage of Facebook for the next 365 days and build up a huge email list because of it, who cares if they leave? Because our goal is to bring people off of Facebook. Okay, so the Facebook sales cycle works like this. You're going to use Facebook to generate fans and generate leads. Okay, so that's going to be inside of Facebook. So in some cases, you are going to generate a fan first. Maybe you're doing a contest or a giveaway or something like that, and they got to like your page to get access to it, or they might just like your post or something cool that you're doing that's highly relevant and it's highly valuable content. And then once you start to build up a fan base, it's easier to turn your fans into leads, because now you get your posts out to your fans for free. But you're talking about 20 to 30% of them are probably only going to see your posts. So you're still going to want to run some Facebook ads to your existing fans, but they're going to be cheap. They're going to be cheap clicks. You can run some literally CPM ads to your fans only, and you can make sure that all your fans see your existing posts just for a couple bucks a day. So there's some pretty cool strategies I'll show you later on. But so inside of Facebook, it's either going to become a fan then a lead, or in a lot of cases they're going to become a lead, then it'll end up becoming a fan. So you might be using a page post ad to drive traffic to a landing page, and what will happen is, because it's a page post ad, it's showing up in the news feed. That ad originated from your Facebook business page, so people have the capabilities of liking your page when they see that ad, and they will. So you'll end up getting, let's say you get 100 clicks on an ad, you might get 20 likes out of that without even trying to. You're not saying click like or anything like that. People will just like it. So it's pretty cool. So you'll end up your number one goal is to generate leads and sales, and then you'll end up generating a bunch of fans in the process. So then it becomes easier to have more engagement going on with your fans. So just another way to speed up the process. So now what you're going to do is, and if you're a seasoned Planet Perry member on this call, this stuff, this is obviously, you get this. It's not going over your head, but it's too basic for you. But still, now what you're going to do is you're going to use email marketing and retargeting to turn that lead into a prospect. So once they become a lead, that doesn't mean they're ready to buy yet, right? Now they go onto your email autoresponder program, Aweber, Infusionsoft, whatever it is, and then you use email marketing to nurture them along, okay? Drip emails that go out automatically every few days and educate them on the value of your product or service, okay? Facebook is the blind date. Okay? Facebook is the first meeting at Rotary that you go to for the very first time, or Chamber of Commerce, or BNI group, or Kennedy local group. Okay, that's your first initial time. Then you're going to use email marketing to build that relationship. So email marketing is going to be like you returning to those meetings once a month. Okay, people getting to know you. So your goal when you meet somebody right at first isn't to try to splatter all about your entire service, right? It's just to let them get to know you. So that's what we're doing with Facebook. Facebook is our lead generator. Then we're going to use email marketing and retargeting, okay? So we can also use like retargeting to bring people back sooner to more aggressive offers or the same offer or something like that, okay? Or we can use retargeting to bring them to your product page or your sales page, okay? Or your discount page if you have an e-commerce store. Maybe they originally came from a content, maybe you did a giveaway for your e-commerce store, or maybe you did an infograph or a free guide that you're giving away, and you're using Facebook to generate leads, and then you're using, and they download that on your site, but then you set up retargeting to bring them back to get 10% off their first purchase of anything in your e-commerce store, okay? So that's kind of the cycle you have to really think about. And just because there is a process that people need to go through doesn't necessarily mean that you need to wait 2 weeks to profit from your ads. It doesn't mean you can't sell a high ticket item, you know, fairly quickly, but if you're going to do that, it has to be pretty intimate. So it has to be where, you know, somebody's calling on the phone after they opt in, like the next day or something like that. So it just depends. If you're trying to sell something low ticket, then you can sell them fairly quickly after they opt in with Facebook, you know, within the next day, on the thank you page, or within the next few days. If you're trying to sell something high value, like $1,000 or more, it's typically going to take, you know, 4 or 5 days of nurturing, or having somebody set up to call somebody, and then you can go right to a higher ticket item. And like I said, I know people that are selling $25,000 packages right off of cold traffic, but they're warming them up with a video or a webinar, and then they're getting on the phone with them. So, all right. So the bare essentials. You must have a business Facebook page. And I just want to check something. Sometimes I just want to make sure we're all good with sound and everything like that, right? We're good?
Yep.
Okay, good. Sometimes I'll just...
Hearing you good, and I'm keeping my eye on the question box.
Okay, good. Okay, so
we have a question about retargeting, but I suspect that Kathleen was asking it, but I suspect we can probably save it till
till the end. We're not going to go deep into retargeting today, but it's definitely going to be better for the end.
Okay.
Once I get into, it's actually step 10 with our stuff today. So
got it.
And then after we, get through this, I would say we'll take a short little break after the first like 55 minutes or so, and then like a 5-minute break if everybody's okay with that. I don't know. Let me know what you think. That's
fine.
Okay, or like a 2-minute break maybe. Okay, so the bare essentials. You must have a business Facebook page. Okay, you must have a separate Facebook advertising account. And you need to make sure people can find your business page. Okay, so let me explain this, and I'll go online a little bit to show you this. This is very confusing for people. So basically, what you have to do if you're going to start advertising with Facebook, your Facebook business page and your Facebook advertising account are two separate things, okay? The old way of advertising, so let's say a year ago and before that, you would just go and it didn't matter if you had a Facebook page or not, okay? I had a client that spent several $100,000 on Facebook ads and never had a Facebook page because we were just doing sidebar ads, driving traffic to, you know, external URL landing pages. But now, because of the ability to do newsfeed ads, you have to have a business page. So your business Facebook page, you're going to create that. And I'm just going to go online to show you guys real quick right now. Actually, yeah, let's do that right now. So if you go to, where's it at? So you're going to go to, you're going to type in facebook.com/pages, okay? And then you're just going to go to create a page if you don't already have a page. Okay, so I'm going to hit create page here. And then you're going to select if it's a local business or if it's a company. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's a brand or product or company organization. Typically, probably a lot of people will use a brand or product here. You'll click on that, and then you'll just choose a category, okay, and then name your name, and that's it. Go to the next page, and then nowadays they actually let you choose your URL right off the bat, and they'll let you know if it's available or not. And then once you do that, you have your business page, okay? And how you're going to access that is whichever account you're logged into. So right now I'm logged into my personal profile, and so if I want to add somebody as an admin or something like that, like for example, if I want to add somebody as an admin to Dominate Web Media, then I'm logged into my personal account. So that's basically that business Facebook page is attached to Keith Krantz. Just getting access to it. Nothing else on it is relative to Keith Krantz. But in order for me to like add somebody as an admin, I have to go. I have to be logged into my personal account. Okay, so now let's say I want to create an advertising account. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to facebook.com/advertising. Okay, and then here it's going to say create an ad if you've never done this. For me it says manage ads. So you're going to say, it's going to say create an ad, and what you're going to do, I don't want to go too long on this because I know a lot of people have already created ads, but you're going to create an ad. So you're going to hit this button, which will be create an ad. And the next step that's going to take you to basically is this right here. It's going to take you right here, okay? And then it's going to ask you to choose a destination. And any Facebook page that you have administrative access to on here will show up in the drop down, okay? And I have to search. I have tons of them on here, but I have to search for one. So let's say I want to choose Dominate Web Media, then that one pulls up here, right? And I can just select that. And you'll probably just have like one maybe, unless you're doing this for some clients and stuff. It'll be under there. If you don't have a Facebook page yet and you still want to create your Facebook ads account, just put in any URL you want here. I'm just going to type in dominatewebmedia.com. Okay, that's what I'm going to choose for my destination. And then what you're doing here is you're just creating your ads account. So what I suggest people to do is just scroll all the way down, and then just the campaign budget's typically set at like 10 or something like that, so it doesn't matter what it is. And then I just hit place order, because in order to create your ads account and get access to your Facebook ad manager and stuff like that, it's kind of weird. You have to create an ad and submit it first. So it's kind of a pain, but this is what I do with all my clients. It's the easiest way. I just say, hey, just scroll the way down. Don't change the image. Don't change anything. Just hit submit. The next step is going to be to put in your credit card. Okay. Hit submit. Then that's going to take you to the ad manager. Okay. Give me a second here. I'll go to one where I'm not, we're not running any ads here. Then what it's going to do is, give me a second here, guys. So I'm not showing any client stuff or anything, just one that's not running right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so as soon as let's bring this over here. As soon as I hit place order, then they're going to ask you to enter your credit card. You're going to hit submit. Then by doing that, they're going to take you to this admin site here. Okay, now you got your panel over here, and you can just go over here and you can pause that campaign. Okay, it's going to be active and you're going to hit pause. So that ad that you submitted, you're never going to run it. You're just doing it so you can get access to all this stuff over here. Now you've got your ad manager. You can create an ad. You can get to your power editor, billing, settings. Okay. Now what I suggest you to do is bookmark this page. Okay, bookmark this page because Facebook doesn't show the ads manager for a while until you start using it for a while. So for example, if I go to the home page here, notice how I've got ads manager right here. You might not see that until you start running some ads for a while. So it's hard to get back to this. So just bookmark that page because notice how this is the actual URL here. It's ads/manage/campaign. So that's a little bit. I go back and forth a lot of times with clients. It's a little bit confusing how this whole thing works. You see, I created this ads account, so now I'm still logged into my personal profile, Keith. Okay, so whenever I'm logged into my personal profile, Keith Krantz, I can access this ads account or any other ads account that I've got admin access to. Okay, lots of them, and that's how it works basically. Some people might create a new profile. They might create a new personal profile for their business. So they might use their same name or maybe a slightly different name, first and last name, and then they use a different email, and then you actually create a new profile, and then you create your ad account. It's a little bit confusing that way. In some cases, people will do that, but I don't want to continue. I don't want to go too long into this stuff, but the point is that when we're going to do a page post ad, we are going to, and I'll go into, we're going to get into that here in a few minutes here, but I'm going to go to my, let's just pull up Perry's account. Let's say we want to do a page post ad with Perry. Okay, we're not going to typically start it from here inside his ad account. We're going to start it on his Facebook page. Okay, give it a second to load here. Change to Perry Mark. Okay. Give it a second here. Sometimes the Facebook pages take a little bit to load. So now I can, create a post, upload an image, upload a video, do whatever I want. I can post it from here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my ads manager and create an ad. So targeting Perry Marshall. Whoops. And then I would select one of the most recent posts. Okay, I'm going to go into this in more detail in a second. I just want to hit that because sometimes people are so confused they think that they're creating one account, just an ad account, and then everything starts from there, but it doesn't. You've got your Facebook page, and you've got your Facebook ads account, two separate things. You can have one Facebook ads account, and you can have 10 different Facebook pages that you're an administrator on, So, okay, let's get back in here. Go ahead.
Kathleen asks, when you're creating a business category on a Facebook business page, do you have to fit into only one category?
That doesn't really matter that much what you put into there. No, you don't. I wouldn't really stress about what you're choosing. Back on this page here.
In other words, you can choose more than one category?
No, you can only choose one. And I mean, I don't even know. Yeah, I wouldn't really stress about this thing because nobody really sees this anyways. It's more for their data. So it's weird. A lot of businesses can't even find one. They have to pick other, like my businesses. There isn't really one of these that fits for my business. It's funny. But so anyway, yeah, and if there's any other questions on that, go ahead and feel free to shout them out because this stuff can be confusing. This part, it can be super simple, but actually super confusing too. for people. So the other thing too is, the third thing is, make sure, I see this all the time. I'll go to somebody's page and I try to, I think Callan's does this still, hopefully not. Let's try it. Okay, so Callan Rush has a Facebook page, and they're doing really good things with Facebook, okay? And she teaches people how to fill up the stage, sell from the stage really well, stuff like that, right? And I told them this once, but they haven't done it yet. But now if I go to her, what happens is her business page is the same name as her personal name, right? And so if you're searching for a business page, sometimes her personal page will come up. And now I'm trying to go to her Facebook page, but I can't find it because it's nowhere over here, right? I can't click on it. I can't. It's not popping up for some reason. Now, if you go to my page, okay, notice on my About section here, I've got Dominate Web Media, and if you click on it, it goes to my business page. Okay. So that's a big deal. Sometimes what will happen is let's go back. People will just put in, when they're doing this, they'll just put in their name of their business, and Facebook will, they'll always link out to something, so they'll create a community page. They didn't actually choose their existing Facebook page, their business page, so Facebook will create this like fake community page, and so when somebody clicks on this, it just goes to a page that says like 3 likes on it, and it's not really their page. That actually is a big deal, because you're going to start doing more from your personal page too as you start to do more from your business page. Personal Facebook profile, there's definitely a lot of places you can generate a lot of business if you do things the right way with Facebook. Okay, so Kevin Nations, for example, I don't know if you guys know him. Kevin is used to be partners with Frank Kern. He has he's got about a $2.5–3 million a year business just in coaching, and just on like 50 clients. But he says he makes about $50,000 a week from his personal Facebook page just by making comments about how his clients are doing. But you can't do. It took him 3 or 4 years to nurture that along, because he's been doing the same business model for 3 or 4 years. So you got to be careful with using your personal page to start shouting out a bunch of stuff. You have to kind of think about it as nurturing harvesting a farm, you know what I mean? So maybe you're starting to hint that your clients or your customers are doing good and stuff like that before you can start blasting stuff. He can, because he's been doing this for so long. So okay, so make sure there we go. Let's get rolling here. That's that. I just showed you that. So all right, so the different types of Facebook ads. Okay, there's marketplace ads, which are the sidebar ads. There's promoted posts. There's page post ads. There's sponsored stories still, but those are going away supposedly. And really, there's a video ad. And those are really the basic ads right now. And if you're watching this as a recording, these might be changed because 3 months ago, this list was longer. We had Facebook offers, and we had some other pretty cool stuff. So, like I said, sponsored stories should be going away. I don't know what the deal is there exactly, but so this is you'll see on the right here. Here's actually you're seeing page post ads, and you're seeing a sidebar ad. So there's one of me actually. So kind of good timing there. This is recently, and what that is where I'm promoting a free content post, okay, where I do that kind of, where people hit my page, and then I've got retargeting set up to bring them back into my offers and stuff. So, but these are sidebar ads, but they're not the traditional ones. These are ones that are promoted posts. They're actually page post ads, but they're also shown in the sidebar to people that, in my case, people that are highly relevant. I don't show them in the sidebar to everybody, just audiences that I know are good audiences. And so that's probably why it's showing for me, because I'm right in my target audience for me, for my business, I mean. So the bottom one there, Infusionsoft one, that is a traditional sidebar ad, okay, where here's what you can do with the sidebar ads. You can have a headline with 25 characters or less. You can have an image that can be 100 pixels wide by 72 pixels long, and that's it. There's some good ways to make those stand out though, by using like borders, red borders, yellow borders work great to help images stand out, and they really do work actually. Then you've got the body of the ad there, which is 90 character max. So Brad Martineau here, talking about Infusionsoft. So here's a couple page post ads. Notice the difference though. Look at this sucker. And you're starting to see too, and we're starting to test having more content in the status update portion of a page post ad. So the screenshot I totally screwed up. It looks like I had the pop-up of Fox News blocking part of that image. I didn't even realize that I did that. Whoops, sorry. But you guys get the point there. Even though I'm blocking part of the image. But here's another one. So here's the one you just saw of mine on the sidebar. This is not driving traffic to a landing page. This is just driving traffic to a content post. So this is kind of like I was talking about on my promotional webinars, where instead of even stressing about search engine optimization, I just create a good piece of content, once or twice a month, and then I just use Facebook to get it out there to everybody, and then I have systems in place to make sure that they opt in. I mean, it's simple. Here is a couple page post ads. Here's the one with Jack Canfield, the #1 best-selling nonfiction author of all time, with Chicken Soup for the Soul series and the Success Principles, and they teach people how to get books on paper, get them written, get them published, get publicity and stuff. So we can really target really well with Facebook. We'll generate 4,000 or 5,000 leads at a time in a week with these campaigns. It's pretty fun. So the one on the right there, you see me just doing a video, driving traffic, in this case to a landing page, which I will show you in a second which landing page this is going to. Okay. 10 steps to a successful campaign today. So this is what's working well right now. This is as we speak. So I'm going to walk you, and I'm going to go through each of these steps on the training. Okay. So #1, create your front end offer. Okay, your amazing giveaway. That's step #1. Step #2 is you're going to create your landing page. Step #3, you're going to create your thank you page and apply tracking pixels to those pages. Okay. #4, set up your email autoresponder program and integrate that with your landing page. This is the key. This is a big. Okay. Post a stat. Next, #5, what you're going to do now is you're going to post a status update on your business Facebook page. Then step 6, you're going to use the Facebook ad manager, preferably the Power Editor, to submit an ad for a Facebook page using a page post like I showed you a second ago. And I'm going to show you in a little bit here. And I'm going to show you in the ad manager, the normal one today, but we're going to go deeper into the Power Editor in the next session. But the Power Editor, the reason why I said preferably in the Power Editor is because you can, actually I do show a little bit here, and I'll show you why in a second, but you can target better when it comes to choosing the location of your ad and the conversion tracking pixels and stuff like that. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to target your perfect audience, okay? And you're going to be, researching that target audience all the time. Every day you should be doing this kind of stuff. Then what you're going to do is you're going to name the campaign, set your bid price, and set your daily budget. Okay. #9, you're going to monitor your analytics and tracking. And then what you're going to do is you're going to obviously take things to the next, see what's working, see what's not, pause what's working, take what is working, and split test and improve things. And then really step 10 is you're going to increase conversions and scale things out. Okay, you're going to introduce retargeting, custom audiences, lookalike audiences, start promoting content with retargeting in place, lots of those types of things. Okay. So let's go through step one. And what I'm going to do here actually is, do you guys mind if I take a quick 1 minute, 30 seconds, fill up water real quick?
That should be fine.
Let's do that. So if you want to fill up a water real quick on your end, do it. It's going to take about, I'm going to take about 30 seconds, and then we're going to keep going. All right, I'm back. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. When when you left, I was busy answering one individual's question and missed that everyone else was asking for you to put the list back up on the screen while you were away, your list of 10.
Okay.
So, my
And
bad.
I'm going to go through each one. Also, so you're going to get each one, you guys, right now as we go through it. So you can actually, if you're taking notes, you're going to get each one at the top of each slide coming through here. So you don't really need to be trying to write them all down right now. Cool? So I'm just going to go through them. So step one is create your front end offer. Now, this is called education-based marketing, and this is how you really use Facebook to tap into your market, especially if you're a B2B type of business. And you have to be thinking even more along these lines than you do when you're driving traffic with Google. Because Google pay-per-click ads and Google organic search, people are searching for your offer. And like I said before, that's typically 10 or 20% of the market, or less than that, probably 5 or 10% of the market is actively searching for your product. There's how many people out there could be using your product or service if they just knew about it. Okay, that's what you're using Facebook to do. So, however, when you're running Facebook ads, these are called interruption marketing. People are on Facebook, they're hanging out, they're chilling, they're not trying to buy stuff, they're not trying to get sold to at all. So you've got to give them a reason to come learn about something. Ryan Deiss does a great one. Okay, Ryan Deiss, for example, they launched a water filtration e-commerce company by using email marketing. I'm sorry, buying email drops and Facebook ads, basically. Okay. How do they do this? They didn't drive Facebook ads to their product pages and say, check out these cool water filters. Hell no. What they did was they created a super quick like Kindle book, free guide they could download, and the title was something like, did you know you can drink your own pee, or something like that. Talk about a good ad and a good cover. And so, or drink your own urine, sorry. It was actually something about drink your own urine, question mark. that I believe, I can't remember, don't quote me on that, but the point is that takes you to a landing page where you can download a free guide on how, it was for I was actually for a more of I think that one was for the survival. They've got 2 e-commerce stores that they've launched using this similar model, survival gear and also water filtration. But the drink your own urine it's kind of funny because you can use this specific product with the survival gear too. That's why I'm a little bit getting confused. But the point is they generated an email list of over 100,000 people driving traffic to this educational guide, showing people this, how to do this, and then you filter them back to your e-commerce store. So is there anything you can create that you can think of like as an infographic or a guide or something like that, if you have maybe a business that doesn't really seem suitable as far as like a front-end product that you can drive traffic to? You got to get creative. Okay. So how can you solve a problem your potential customer may be having, or how can you help them achieve that passion that they're trying to get? So this is huge. The more compelling this offer can be, the more compelling your ads can be, and the more leads that you can generate. So you have to be thinking about solving a problem, solving some type of a problem. Think about why the end result goal that somebody really the real true reason why they would be using your service. If you're in weight loss, people aren't just trying to lose weight so they can lose weight. They want to lose weight so they can look better and so they can feel better. But also so they can what? So they can walk into their closet and look at their and finally put on those jeans that they haven't been able to wear since high school. Okay, finally be able to look into their husband's or wife's eyes and have them look at them like they haven't looked at them in 10 years. Okay, that's the real goal. So the real goal is maybe not maybe it's not so somebody can make more money, and maybe it's so they can actually have a little bit more time off, or so their kids can do a little bit more. So think about that. And your number one goal is to get the lead. Okay, then educate them on the value of your product or service. So the first goal is always to get the lead. The landing page, the front end offer, is to get the lead, and then you're going to use retargeting. You're going to use email marketing to educate them on the full value, and or introduce them to your product or service. So in a lot of cases with Facebook, we're actually using our front end offer to just get them educated on the whole idea of that type of solution, whatever it may be. Okay, instead of actually, then we can introduce them to your product or service on the thank you page or via email marketing. Okay, so here's some examples of some offers that work. Okay, this one, some of you may have seen this already. This is mine, and it's a Facebook checklist. So they get a Facebook checklist, 6-page checklist, and they get a free video with it. And I use this with my retargeting ads. Sometimes I'm not driving traffic to this right now, but I used to, and it's a great high converting offer using a software called Leadpages that takes about 5 minutes or less to create this landing page, and it integrates with WordPress, or you don't even actually need a website to build this page. Free guides, reports, or white papers. So this is James Wedmore, who teaches video marketing, but he's just giving somebody actually a free guide on one of his landing pages. Discover what everyone else is doing to get traffic, leads, and sales from YouTube. So he's got a headline, he's got a picture of it on the left, and then he's got the opt-in on the right with some social proof and testimonials below that. So this is a local business. This is a dentist client of mine, cosmetic dentist, and they do, how would you like to have a brand new smile 6 months from now? So they've got this 6-month smile braces, where it's kind of like braces for adults, and your teeth are straight in 6 months, and it's almost like invisible too. So, but with local businesses, coupon or a discount is what works. Eagle Leather, we do up to 50 off coupon, and it's a tiered coupon. So if they spend $50, they get like $5 off. They spend 100, they get $10 off, 220 off, and so on. So a restaurant, you might do a buy one get one free, get a free appetizer, stuff like that. A free video series or a free video works awesome with Facebook, and this, you do not have to be an info marketer to do this. You could be in any type of business to give somebody some kind of an educational video to opt in for. So,
question, Keith. I'm
yep.
Looking at these examples and trying to guess if these are pages or tabs on Facebook or if they're off of Facebook on separate websites. Because Charles had asked early in the webinar, as you had said earlier on the webinar earlier today, that you're better off bringing them directly to your site.
Yeah, so good question.
Yeah, if you can marry all those ideas together for us here, that would help.
Yep. And you know what? Actually, I've got a slide for that in a second here. So, but this one here is off of Facebook. Okay, but I've tested it inside of Facebook too, and it's pretty equal with this one actually, performance for mine. This one here, you'll notice that see the tab there at the top. So this one is inside Facebook that James is doing here. But I know he does some other stuff, like with some automated webinar stuff that he takes people off of Facebook. This one here is off of Facebook. Okay, but we do have a Facebook tab for this too, because using a free tool called WooBox, I can just copy the URL of this and paste it into WooBox, and I've got a Facebook landing page, which is pretty cool, which I'll show you guys. And then this one here is not in Facebook; it's off of Facebook. And he's using another template landing page designer. It's like Lead Pages. He just uploaded an image, and then they've already got the formatting for you. It's pretty cool. This one here is also off of Facebook. Okay, so it's its own custom URL or part of his website. But webinars or teleseminars are awesome. Probably one of the best ways to use Facebook to generate leads, because what happens on a webinar is now people can really, you can use an hour and a half for that relationship to build. Okay, and so in this case, Keith Lee is actually using. I used Lead Pages to build this GoToWebinar. This integrates with GoToWebinar, and this integrates with Infusionsoft or Aweber or iContact or Mailchimp or any of those. Office Autopilot. And all this design here, I didn't design any of it. All I did was type in the text. The button's already pre-designed. The timer's already in there. It's pretty cool stuff here. Lead Pages is definitely a game changer for people getting good results and ROIs with Facebook ads and stuff. So
you got everyone's attention when you're mentioning WooBox, and that's, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's WOOBOX.
Yep. Yep, and I'll touch on that, guys, and I'll show it to you in a second if you want. Yep, cool. Okay, so this is another one. This is an automated webinar, okay? This is, and this is actually Callan Rush. They do a lot of sales with Facebook, okay? And they normally use live webinars, but right now they're testing some automated webinars. And in this case, there's two main companies for automated webinars. There's Stealth Seminar, and then there's Evergreen Business Systems, which is what this one is, okay, which is developed by Mike Filsaime. And I'm actually going to this one. I'm gonna be testing out some automated webinars for my stuff. I used Stealth Seminar a couple years ago. I didn't love it, and it's a monthly fee. But this is great too, especially if you're a business to business, and automated webinar is a great way to scale your business in a big way. Just have, it's all about figuring out what you want to have for that offer at the end, or maybe it's just a call to action to schedule a demo with you or a consultation or something like that. So in this case, she drives traffic right to this automated webinar, and she's got a great little video here, and she also runs video Facebook page post ads. You're about to discover 3 massive mistakes workshop leaders make that keep their events rooms empty. And then her call to action for this is a $97 strategy session. So somebody pays $100 to have a session with her, and then on that strategy session, she's selling a 19, I think, it's basically a $2,000 product. But in some cases, they've sold $10,000 products via the strategy session. So, but the automated webinar can work great because they can select a date and it feels live. They get the reminders and all that stuff. But you have to be careful if you're in a market that people are really, really prone to automated webinars too. So, yeah.
So Keith, a question about creating offers. David points out that pretty much all of these are either some sort of information market or service market. What if you wanted to create an offer page specifically for products of some kind, such as for an e-commerce business, how would you coach someone to do that?
Okay, so that's another, can be a tough one. I think, well, a couple things we touched on actually, and I think it's probably, and I know it's David from Down and Feather, I bet. David's got an awesome business with where they sell down comforters and down pillows, and just they'll custom make them for you and everything. I bet you that's who it is. And so with an e-commerce type of store, there's going to be different ways. Okay. Obviously, you're going to be doing retargeting and stuff like that. But if you're trying to generate new traffic, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to probably do something. Let's scroll down to something like this: a contest or sweepstakes for one. Okay, so Beachbody is giving away $1 million, but obviously they're not going to give away $100,000. I mean, not $1 million, but you might do a sweepstakes to give away a set, a comforter and a down pillow and all this stuff. Or maybe you're doing a giveaway and you're giving away a bed, a really cool whatever. In a lot of cases, some people might give away vacations. They might give away an iPad, or they might give away some consulting, depending on what it is. If you're a product, you're going to give away some of your products is what you're going to do. So a contest or sweepstakes is going to be one of the best ways to generate leads. And then just make sure you have a really good funnel in place to, after they opt in, to get people to share it, and then to give them a reason to come back. First-time customer discount. Okay. The other thing you can do is, there's nothing wrong with doing the educational thing. Like his, for example, maybe you create a 2 or 3 minute video on how to get yourself fitted for a pillow, or maybe you use they've got these really cool infographics. I would drive traffic to a landing page, and you could use this one right here. I mean, this is basically what Ryan Dice and those guys did to launch their survival gear stores and their water filtration stores. They used a free guide to drive traffic to build their email list, and then they just used the email marketing to bring people back to their e-commerce store. And then also they had their stuff on Amazon. So now what you're doing is you're driving traffic to a landing page with Facebook ads. Then your email follow-ups and your thank you page either takes them to your product page, or if you have your product in Amazon, you're filtering them to Amazon. And so now what that does is, one of the number one key factors with Amazon ranking is traffic, okay, activity. It's basically sales, reviews, and activity. And I know that for a fact. Okay, I talked to the Amazon rep. One of my older clients does 150 grand to 200 grand a month on Amazon, and with inversion tables. And the Seattle rep, when we were at one of the things, told me, she said there's 3 main things: it's sales, it's reviews, and activity is one of the largest ones, is one of the really biggest factors of just people coming to that listing. And so you can get lots of activity for that. So I still think you need to figure out a really good way to educate people on something and then get them to your funnel. There has to be a process in place, because it's, you can always still test. If you have products, you can still run Facebook ads, to a product page if it's like really your best, it's your kind of no-brainer front end product and you have some kind of something that really separates you from something else that's kind of common, well, like vacations is a bad example. One of the guys that I did a call with a little bit ago, they sell a great vacation for $399, where normally it costs like $1,700 through Expedia, and we just run ads directly to the $399 offer, and people buy it because it's such a good deal. It separates it out. So if you have a product that's, you can explain how much better it is than everybody and something else, you can still bring them to your product page if there's a reason for it. So they just, you make sure you have retargeting in place and to bring them back and stuff. So you're going to have a lot better chance to get them to convert if they don't convert the first time.
Briefly, Keith, you mentioned automated webinars, Stealth Seminar, Stealth Seminars was one of them. What was the other one you mentioned?
The other one was Evergreen Business Systems, and I'll give you a link here in a second to that to go check it out.
Very good.
Consultation or strategy session. So this is Doodle Video. This is a Facebook ad. This is a landing page they're driving people to. Okay, it's a video sales letter. Of course it is, because it's Doodle Video. But they've got a good headline: increase your sales page, landing page, and website conversions by up to 300% with the industry's highest converting Doodle videos. That's a great headline. Then they've got a video here, and their call to action is a free consultation. And then the text above that says, click below for a complimentary $997 value strategy session. Okay, this right here, you guys, you're looking at, pay attention to this screen, because this is the strategy that guys in my group are spending $50 and generating $15,000, $1,400 and generating $75,000. Okay, so the other thing is, if you don't have a product like that, think about figuring out a way to have a higher ticket item. Some kind of a higher. If you're an e-commerce store, it can be tough, but maybe something that where if you guys can get somebody on the phone, you can offer them a higher value service, because 80-20 rule, you will get people to buy if you know how to present it to them in the right way. So pretty cool. Contests or sweepstakes, assessments or quizzes are great too. If you can get somebody to maybe program something, this is kind of like the Is Facebook for Me quiz. Perry's got another one. I think it's it's basically display or AdWords, right? Display or PPC, or display or search, I think, and it takes you to a quiz. Great thing to drive traffic to, because people get into that momentum, and then they start to answer the questions, and then maybe to get the results they have to opt in. These can be awesome. I've got somebody in the financial services industry that is creating a really cool quiz for people to take as their lead generator. So, and then some cases you might take people right to a plans, pricing, or demo page. Depends on what your industry is. So, especially if this is like I believe this is the landing page that took me to. I believe the ad that I clicked on was a retargeting ad, because I go to AdBeat sometimes. This is a sidebar ad, and so it makes sense too that they took me to this page, because it was a retargeting ad. I'd already been to their page. Okay, guys, see how that kind of factors in? I went there as a referral, and then they bring me back to the pricings page with a Facebook ad. Okay, go ahead.
Aaron sells car loans, and Charles, who's a part of this, runs a car rental site, and so they were both asking, what might we do in our particular case to make an offer that people would want to grab onto.
Okay, so
and I'll mention that some of these questions I'll raise may be really good for discussion on the Facebook page, and other members can chime in too. So that's always an option when I bring up things like this that require a little brainstorming. So I just wanted to mention that.
Okay, so they have they sell car loans is one of them, right?
That is correct. That's
car loans, and the other one was what?
The other one is a car rental site.
And so that's the same person, but they've got two separate
No,
kind
no,
of.
no, no. Sorry, Aaron runs the car loans business. Charles runs
Oh,
the car rental site.
okay. Very interesting. So,
And again,
what?
if I'm giving you a stumper question in the middle of a webinar, then we can, pick it up on the Facebook page. But hey,
Yeah, yeah. You see,
we like stumping you a little bit.
with Facebook, yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, you can target people that travel a lot. So if you are a car rental, I assume you're going to be targeting people that travel. It might be tough to target people that just got in an accident or something like that. Probably going to be dealt with their insurance anyways. I don't know. I assume their target market is, I don't know. I mean, I assume um, that it's the typical rental, like on a vacation or moving somewhere for a little bit. Maybe it's when a car getting fixed, but a lot of that's going to come down to your targeting, trying to find people that are travelers or traveling or following pages like that or are inside of the partner categories. It'll tell you um, those types of things. Then in that case, it's I would say probably going to be discount. I mean, car rentals, it's pretty much of a price war industry, I think. Um, uh, Educating them on some kind of something different, of a discount or something like that. I have to look at it more. We can get into that a little bit more on the group and stuff. But for the car loans thing, now with partner categories, you can go in there and you can target people that have recently bought a car. Um, so I don't know if you do car loan refinances. Probably not. You're probably doing when they buy a used car or something like that, or to buy a new car. I assume kind of um, like a local bank type of thing. Um, you might target people who bought a car 3 to 5 years ago, so maybe they're going to be getting ready to renew, getting ready to buy something again. There's different ways you can target depending on how your loan, uh, programs you have. And it also depends, like kind of like with the rental car on your USP. I mean, what separates you? Do you have better rates? Do you have better approvals? What is it that separates you? And then I think you're going to go with that. So 90% approval rate or whatever it is, auto loan, or didn't think you can get a car, check us out. Something like you're opening people's minds up. Maybe, I don't know if you're targeting people with not as good a credit or people with excellent credit, kind of like if you're rewarding them for better credit. But I think in those kind of cases, you might lead more with your product than as much of an educational type of thing, unless you did something like, let's say, did you know you're paying, did you know over the average person pays $8,000 in interest on a $20,000 car loan, whatever the numbers. I just pulled it out of a hat. But the point is an ad like that takes them to maybe a landing page, or maybe or your I don't know if I would take them to you probably have a landing page within your kind of main site, but now you're educating them on how much money they're throwing down the drain and how you can help them not throw money down the drain.
Good
I think,
suggestions. Yeah, and we need to move on for time,
yeah.
but that's a really good start, I think.
Okay, guys, this is a couple. We got lots more to do. So another great way to use Facebook is event-based landing pages. This is my friend TJ that I mentioned on the earlier webinar. This guy does about 100 to 200 grand a month, every month in sales, and we're talking that's 100% profit minus Facebook ads spend, because it's information products and high-end consulting. Okay, but he also owns 3 small gyms in Australia. Okay, in Melbourne. So he sells information products, but he also opens up gyms and sells them, because he doesn't really need to be there, because he has high prices, he has high-end consulting that he charges, and he just uses Facebook ads to generate all his leads. And so he travels all over the world. I mean, I was hanging out with him in Las Vegas 3 weeks ago while he opened up a gym a week before that, and sold out his entire gym in 1 week, you guys. Okay, a 300-person max gym. And I'll show you the way he did that here. We'll get to that one in a second. But I'm actually going to show that offer in a second, so I don't want to digress a little bit. But the point is in this situation, what he'll do is event-based. So in this case, his market is people that own personal training gyms. So he targets people that own personal training gyms, but he also owns 3 gyms. So in some cases with some of his ads, which I'll show you here in a second, he's targeting consumers. So in this case, it's B2B, and he has a local event, $97 for the full day, and he runs Facebook ads to this, and then at the event, he offers people a $10,000 coaching program, which includes all his online courses and like a group call with him once every 2 weeks. No one-on-one, just group calls, and it's simple. But the event thing is big. So, like for example, I've got a guy that owns he's in one of my masterminds, a smaller mastermind, but he owns a nutritional place down in Eugene, Oregon, a shop, and he's really well known in the community and stuff. And I said, why don't you just set up a 2-hour like a detox event like TJ does here, I'll just show you. Run Facebook ads, get 50 people to show up there for the free event, and then have a sale, not a sale, but have an offer for people that are there. Give them 10% off, or have some kind of a year pass where they can get a discount on everything. You just have to pay $50 up front for it or something like that. And then now you get all these new customers. So in TJ's case, with his local businesses, he'll do a free detox event, like a 2-hour evening event. He won't charge people, like in this case he charges people, but in the consumer end of it, he'll do a free event. Then have a great offer for his gym. So in a week he picked up 400 members when his max was actually 300, so he went over his kind of capacity by 100 people. So but there's lots of things you can do. A friend of mine owns an auto repair shop, and I said, hey, why don't you do a seminar, do something like you're teaching people how to add 50,000 miles to the life of their car, and do a little 2-hour evening thing, and then when you're there, offer them some kind of deal to continue to bring their cars in there all year round. So here it is right here. I didn't realize it was this close. So same guy. Okay, this is at one of his local gyms. Okay, free sugar detox webinar, secrets to cutting edge cravings, weight loss, and better health. This is lead pages here, and he'll fill this up, and he'll fill up his gym, and it's just that simple. Like literally a week or 2 of Facebook ads, 1 or 2 events, and he's got his memberships for the entire year complete. Okay, so think about this too. Even if you don't have a local business, if you're a consultant, if you're on this, think about these types of things that you can help your clients do. This stuff absolutely works. So let's talk about 7 elements to a high converting landing page. Number 1, must have an attention grabbing headline and possibly a good subheader. Number 2, it should have one main call to action. Okay, your goal is to get the lead, and then you're going to use email marketing and everything else to educate them on the rest of your business. It needs to solve a problem, relieve a pain, or help achieve a passion. I've talked about this a lot, so I'm not going to go into this too much. Must be benefit driven, not about your product or service, except in some cases it is, when you're doing like a discount or something like that. So it should have an image or a video of your offer. Typically, a lot of cases on the kind of upper left is the best spot for that. All critical elements should be above the fold. Okay, so above the fold came from the newspaper days. The top half of the newspaper was the money side. That's where you paid more for advertising, etc. Internet, if you have to scroll down, that's below the fold. So all the critical elements should be above the fold. There's nothing wrong with having stuff below the fold, more bullet points and stuff. But if you do, it's also good to have another button at the bottom of that takes people back to the call to action or lets them opt in. Okay. No brainer here. You must have a call to action text in the button. So example, see this button, register me now. That's call to action. Let me in, discover more, give me my free videos instead of submit. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay, so software to why does this keep doing this? Is it going back? There we go. Software to make things easy and fast. Okay, here's some software. Write these down. don't go to them right now. I'm going to show you an example of Lead Pages because that's my favorite one. Lead Pages, and you to find it, this is an affiliate link. I don't know how they've actually got kind of a weird URL to actually get to the link, sales page, but Lead Pages is $37 a month, or it's $197 for the year, and it is one of the best new products that's ever come out, in my opinion. And they just released the ability to do split testing inside Lead Pages now, so that you can just create a quick page, and then you can split test your page, and they'll automatically show different versions of that page and show you the data. And actually, Lead Pages, I need to check on this, but if you're on the live webinar right now, I got an email from Clay saying that they're not we're grandfathered in where we don't pay for split testing, but as of September 1st, it's going to start being an additional charge, I guess. I don't know what it's going to be, so just know that. I'm going to show you some examples of that in a second. So Optimize Press 2 is awesome. Optimize Press was kind of the beginner, the original company that started creating, making a WordPress, giving people the ability to create landing pages, sales pages, membership sites, using a WordPress platform. They've just released their newest version. It's completely different. It's awesome. They've also got now much easier landing pages to design, and it's also a plugin, so you can just be a plugin instead of a whole entire new theme. Okay, and Optimize Press 2 is great. So just to show you guys real quick, this is Optimize Press 2. And that timer at the top there, that's using a plugin called Scarcity Samurai, which is what I use too on one of my landing pages. It's pretty sweet. It's dynamic, so you can set it to a certain date, or you can set it to be like 3 days from when that person loads that page. This one here is Lead Pages. Okay. Now, I don't want you to, I'm going to give you some options. 10-minute pages is basically a direct competitor of Lead Pages. It's another great software. I'm not using it now. They have a lot of different templates in there. If you already have it, great. It could be another awesome alternative to Lead Pages. Unbounce.com is another landing page creator that I do use, and it's a great sales page creator. You don't need all these guys. I want to list them out because some cases, Unbounce, you have a little bit more capabilities to do drag and drop and stuff. So they've got templates, but you can also drag and drop, and they have great split testing where you can do multivariate testing and everything in there, split up the percentages. It's more expensive. It's $50 to $100 a month for Unbounce. And then you got Woobox here for bringing in your landing page inside Facebook, okay? And for redirecting your thumbnail images under the cover photo on your Facebook page. And I can show you guys how this works. Evergreen Webinars, I would suggest using that. I'm going to that, and this is also an affiliate link. It's $500 up front. But the rest of the stuff's going to cost you like $200 up front and like $67 or $97 a month, depending on if you're using Infusionsoft or not. And I don't know exactly what the prices are now for Stealth Seminar, but it's cheaper up front, but it adds up quickly, and it's a lot clunkier than Evergreen is. And I'm going to show you guys some examples of Lead Pages and show you the capabilities of that. So, but realistically, if you want to get started fast, start running ads, all you need is Lead Pages. It's awesome, and so on your website. So Facebook, here's the differences. Now, if you do a Facebook landing page, so it's the official terminology is called a Facebook app. So it's a Facebook app that you install. You can use Woobox to create that tab or app, and then you can upload an image, or you can just design a page in there, or you can design a page using Lead Pages or Unbounce or something like that. I used to recommend using Heyo or ShortStack to create these Facebook tabs, but honestly, guys, it's so much faster and easier and better performing to use like lead pages or Unbounce to create these pages, and then just use Woobox to bring them inside Facebook. So advantages of a Facebook landing page: keeps people inside Facebook, so sometimes they can feel a little bit safer. They don't leave. It can be great for like campaigns, so where people want to, you want people to like your page before they can enter the contest or get your free gift, and you can do that with Woobox. It's very easy to do. All you do is you can upload, you create your landing page in one of those softwares that I showed you, or just inside your regular website creator, and then inside of Woobox, I'll show you guys. I'm just going to go in there and show you guys. It's going to be easier. External landing page, it can be easier to implement. You don't have to create the extra tab and stuff. You have more options, like retargeting, directing people to other pages on your site, split testing, just a lot of different reasons why. It can also be higher converting, less distractions, So, and on one of the webinars, I'm going to have Sarah Sal from the group, from the if you're on the Perry Marshall, inside Perry Marshall Planet Perry, inside the Google, the mastermind group, she's always in there giving awesome tips and insight on Facebook ads. She's run a lot of ads with a lot of clients, and I'm actually going to have her on one of the sessions, and she's going to go through really cool data. You guys are going to love it. And one of them also is where she's got some data showing better conversions and better performances using external landing pages. So let's go. I'm going to go online for this part because I want to show you the lead pages a little bit and the Woobox stuff. Okay. So I had it up. Here it is. Okay. So this is my lead pages account, and check this out. Does this look familiar here? So if I want to change the text here, all I do is click on this and just type in something. Discover the 7 biggest mistakes everyone makes. Wouldn't that be a great report to get? Okay, so there it is. I hit OK, and if I want to upload my image here, boom, I just upload an image. So here is, let's see, check that out. Now, I used Boxshot King to create my 3D images. Okay, Boxshot King is another awesome software that I use all the time for creating 3D images like CD cases, ebooks, guides, product images, stuff like that. It's a great product, and guess who is the developer of that product? Mr. Jack Bourne from the Perry Marshall Group. So it's awesome. It's funny, when I first started using Boxshot King, I had no clue it was even who Jack Bourne was, so it's kind of funny. But anyways, it's called Boxshot King, and I'll go into more of that when I go into more image stuff in another session, which we're not going to do today, but I just wanted to touch on it. So now let's say I want to, let's go back, check out some of these other ones. You guys have probably seen this one here. It's a great, and the great thing about lead pages is they're getting data from hundreds and hundreds of thousands of visitors, people like Ryan Dice that are driving thousands and millions of page views and impressions and visitors to these landing pages, and figuring out which ones work and which ones don't. So this is not just, throwing spaghetti at the wall here. This is proven templates. This is great here because you can use this template as a basic landing page, or you can use this as your pre-website homepage. Okay, and they have a WordPress plugin if you do use WordPress, or if you don't use WordPress, you can still use this inside your website or as an external URL. So what you can do is, if this is going to be a pre-homepage squeeze, then anybody that visits my website for the very first time, they're going to land on this page. Okay, so let's name it GA test. Okay, and or what? I'll just show you. Let's just publish it. I thought I just named it GA test. publish. Publish. Okay, so I can download the plugin, and then I just choose a URL inside my WordPress site. I can upload it to Facebook like this, or I can add it to my own server, or I can just use the URL with Leadpages, which is great. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit View Page. This is my live page right now. So literally, you can run Facebook ads to this URL, which a lot of people do. You don't even need a website, and you can build literally a 6 or 7 figure business if you're like selling consulting or something like that, just using Leadpages and Facebook ads. Now, if I'm using this as a pre-homepage squeeze, then only time people see this is it's the first time they see this once a year. So if it's the first time coming to my site, they'll see this, or they can click on this and go back to the website. If they've already visited my site, they won't see this. And if they're given an internal URL like dominatewebmedia.com/Facebook advertising, and they're clicking on that link from somewhere else, they're going to go to that page. They're not going to see this. So, but Leadpages has lots of webinar templates like you saw, video sales letters, thank you pages, squeeze, just special offer countdown, kind of for like a thank you page here. This is pretty sweet here. Put a video in there. See this, split testing. And then podcast launching page. There's so many awesome pages in here. Let's pull up the webinar ones here. High converting webinar. This one, if you don't have I showed you the one without a video, but here's one with a video that I've used right here. Look at that. So cool, so easy to do. Click on this, just put your embed code in there, and you've got some more bullet points here, and then just claim my spot. And it integrates. Check how easy this is out. So now I want to integrate it with my email autoresponder or GoToWebinar. I click on this right here, and we're going to use Infusionsoft, and then I'm just going to select one of my forms. How cool is that? All I do is create the form in Infusionsoft or Aweber or iContact or Office Autopilot. I don't have to design it or anything, and it automatically integrates with this. And it can also integrate with GoToWebinar. So if you want to add first name, you can do that. So it's pretty slick stuff here. I don't want to. We're getting a little long, so I got to keep moving here. Now, if you want to integrate a page into WooBox, what you do is one of the easiest ways to do it is to go up here and type in WooBox. Okay, so I click on this static HTML iframe, and then I'm going to click Install Page tab. And then you're going to choose one of the pages that you have admin access to. So let's say I choose this one. I'm not using golf reviews. Okay, add page tab. And right now it's got HTML set. We're not going to use HTML. I'm going to use a URL as my page source. So let's go ahead and use this one here. So I'm going to copy this, go to over here, paste that, hide scroll bars, and hit save. View tab. Done deal. Now that was kind of a weird one. It changed the format of it because that page is a little bit too wide for that. So in that case, we're not going to actually want it. We're going to probably, a better page to use would be this one because it's not as wide, for example. Give it a second here. So let's use this one here. And let's go back. And I can use my lead page URL, or I can just use this one. here, hit save. Now let's hit view tab. There it is. How easy was that? Here, this is what the other users are going to see. Now, if I want to make a people have to like the page first before they get it, then all I do is I go to here and I go to friend gate, and I hit non-fan gate right here, and I hit image or URL. So say it's URL, and then what I do or image, I just have to upload an image. So I create a small image that says click like to get my Facebook checklist, and then anybody that doesn't like my page will that's how it will work. So for an example, Eagle, one of their Now the one thing to remember with WooBox, take note of this. This is kind of important. If you add a tab to WooBox to your page, and then you go up here and you try to add another one doing it this way, like I just did, you can't add another one to a page that you've already added a tab to. It won't show up there anymore. So if I click install page tab, I won't be able to find Dominate Web Media. It's not on the list because I've already done it one time. And so you're like, oh great, now I can't do another one. What happened? Give it a second here. I got too many tabs open. Let me shut down Firefox. Okay, so if I click on this, notice that golf. Oh wait, maybe it is now. Usually there was a glitch here. You couldn't find another site you've already done one with. Like, yeah, see, I can't find Dominant Web Media or anything like that. So it's not a big deal. All you do is you just go to woobox.com and create an account. And then as long as you're logged into Facebook, you'll be able to access any pages you have admin to and add more tabs. Okay, so just remember that. You can always just go to WooBox and do it that way from there. Okay, so it's just one stipulation. So let's go back to Eagle Leather. Now this was made, I used WooBox to bring in the tab here. So if they don't already like this, they want fans. So I'm going to click unlike. I created this image myself. I'm not a graphic design person, literally using Keynote. Okay, it took me like 5 minutes to do, or a little bit more than that. I took a screenshot of it, boom. Now they see this. Once they click like, it goes away. And if I've already liked the page, they're going to land on this one. Okay, that's pretty simple. And you do that right inside the WooBox settings, which is I just had it up, but you do that. You guys saw where I had that up, right? But I can go to WooBox here. I'll just show you inside WooBox real quick. 134. We're doing okay on time. So log in. I do want to hit this pretty good because it can be confusing for people. Stop loading that. So let's go to, is that golf reviews one I just did up? Let's just go to right here. Okay. So this is where you're going to find them. HTML fan gates. That's where they are. HTML fan gates here. I don't know why they call them fan gates, but that's what they call them. So if I want to go to up to 50 off and edit it, I just click on it here. And now notice here, I've got a URL for the image, and it's a non-fan gate source. So if I want to have a like gate, then I just do that. And then this is my landing page that we actually created using Unbounce. So, okay, let's get back here to the step 3. Next step is what you're going to do is you're going to create your thank you page. Okay, this is also the money page. Okay, this is where the money is made, really. You got to be thinking that way. This is where you get people to actually take an additional step with you. Okay, you want people to, people are in that momentum state. They're already in action taking mode. The thank you page is going to be the best spot to be able to get them to either buy something or fill out a application or call you, or just fill out maybe more detailed of a form or something like that. So this is also where you're going to add your conversion tracking pixels. Okay, in order to track lead conversions and sales conversions, you have to put the pixel, whether it's whatever you're using for tracking, or if you're using Facebook, which you're going to use, you have to put that pixel on the thank you page, because the only people that land on that thank you page are the ones that have are people that have visited your landing page. Okay, so you have to make a unique thank you page for your offers. Okay, what you're going to do now also is you can set this URL in if you're using Perfect Audience or AdRoll, then you're going to use that URL as a new list, okay, and start tracking visitors to that. So for example, down the road you might run retargeting ads to everybody that visits your website or landing pages except the people that opted in. So you want to be setting that up, and I'll show you guys how to do that, don't worry. But it's one of the important steps that you do want to do at the beginning if you can. You're going to want add another action taking step, like an upsell offer, like a more detailed form to fill out, a survey or a questionnaire, a strategy session application, or give somebody an additional incentive for taking action now. Okay, so remember, Facebook's interruption marketing, we're giving them a super compelling offer or education-based offer. Then your thank you page and email is where you really focus on bringing them into more. That's where your revenue is generated. Just ask Brian. I mean, they're losing money on every time they give away a book for free, because they're shipping it out and somebody has to pay, do that, and you have to pay for shipping and handling and employees. Where's the money made on that offer, Brian?
The money is made on the upsell and over the lifetime of the customer.
A lifetime, exactly. Yep. And so, the thing is too is Perry realizes that literally almost half of his high ticket customers have come from somebody buying a physical book. Okay, so that's why for them they're okay with losing money right off the bat, because, well, they're not losing money because they're able to use good upsells off the front end, but realistically the real big money is on the long term, the higher ticket stuff. But even if you sell physical products, somebody is going to be a lot more apt to buy from you if you gave them some great educational piece. Okay, so what you're going to do real quickly is inside Facebook, you're going to create a conversion tracking pixel. Okay, so let's go to here. So I'm in the Power Editor here, and on the left side, you don't need to be in the Power Editor here. You can be in the regular Ad Manager too. So you're going to click on conversion tracking. Okay, then I'm going to hit create conversion pixel. Okay, so name is going to be let's just call it really cool offer. Okay, and it's going to be a lead. I'm going to hit create pixel. Then right here, you can give this to your web guy, or you can do it yourself. Copy the code below and paste it between the head in the web page where you want to track conversions. Now, if this thank you page is just a basic WordPress page, then all you do is just paste it at the bottom of your page. So literally in the content of your page. You just have to make sure it's the HTML version of that. So just paste this at the bottom of it. It's invisible. So I'm going to copy this. Or I can actually, if I want to use a lead page for a thank you page, you can go to that page and put that conversion tracking pixel in here, tracking code, right here in the head. There it is. So now I'm tracking. Let's hit OK. Let's go ahead and watch this. test. Let's hit save, publish, hit OK, and publish, view page, and let's go to Facebook. So here's the one I just created, right? It's already active because I just loaded that page. See how cool that is? It's super fast and easy. I'm ready to go. I can now track leads down to every single ad I create in Facebook. I can track, and I'm going to do the same thing on my sales pages. So on the thank you page on my sales page. So if you normally sell a product in like your e-commerce provider or your system like Fusionsoft, you're sending them to a thank you page like that. You want to change that around and you want to create your own thank you page to send people to, because that's going to help you with conversion tracking. Okay, step 4, set up your email autoresponder. Whether you're using, I recommend Aweber or Infusionsoft, unless you're using like an e-commerce platform or using something more of a higher level like Marketo, Eloqua, or some kind of enterprise level system. But definitely Aweber is the beginning basics to get you going. Infusionsoft is really what we recommend the most for a lot of businesses, medium-sized businesses. And you just have to make sure that integrates with your offer. I'm not going to go into that right now. The next step 5. Step 5 is the critical part. Post a status update on your page. Okay, this is where we get rolling here. So upload an image as a post. Okay, create a video and upload that video file to Facebook as a post on your business page. Okay. Or you can copy and paste a link from your landing page or website into Facebook, then upload a custom thumbnail image. And you used to not be able to do that. This is like brand new, where you can now upload your own custom thumbnail images for the links that you bring over, which is pretty cool. And I showed you a little bit about that a little bit ago, but let's show you what I mean. But first, your image is the most important part, okay? I recommend, if you don't have a graphics team, if you do, use them, but it's all about speed of implementation, guys. Your image is the most important part, but at the same time, you don't want to get stuck taking all day and all week to get something going. So you can use Keynote or PowerPoint to create images super fast, and I show this on my Facebook checklist, and that's already in the members area, so you guys can see some of that already in there in the video that I have with that. So watch that. And then what you do is you can just take a quick screenshot of the image when you're done, and then save that as a JPEG or a PNG file, and then upload it to Facebook. PicMonkey.com is a great free tool where you can upload images and add cool looking text to that image, and use that as a page post ad. Pixlr.com is a great free tool. It's an online editor. It's basically like Photoshop for dummies. And it's great for quick, easy editing and like a resizing of an image. If you have to make an image like perfectly 99 by 72, which is the sidebar image dimensions for retargeting, you can create a blank image with that inside Pixlr if you don't use Photoshop, and then you can just upload your image and kind of drag it over to that and resize it. So it's basic stuff. You don't need to be, like I said, I'm not a graphics designer. I use all these tools so I can get stuff done. The standard Facebook image, so like the largest image that you can add to a post, is 404 pixels by 404 pixels. Okay, which is like this. So if I take my Jing and I do a screenshot, the reason I love using Jing here, it's a free tool, is because you can take a picture of something and it gives you the pixel size. Notice that it's 325, so if I want to do an image here 404 by 404, then that's going to be 404 by about 404, right? That's a 404 by 404 image. So if I take a screenshot of that, this is Jing, J-I-N-G, that I'm using to do this. There's my image. Okay, so if you upload an image that's like 800 by 800, then they're just going to shrink it down to 404 by 404, and it's going to look fine. But if you have an image that's like 800 wide by 500 deep, what Facebook's going to do is they're going to cut it off. They're just going to make it 400 wide, and they're not going to keep the same ratio, so your image is going to be all screwed up. So you want to try to upload an image that's basically 400 or less wide. So for example, if you upload an image that's 400 by 300, or let's say it's 400 by like 247, then you're fine. They're not going to change the ratios of this image because it's less than 404 wide. So you're okay doing that. I do a lot of landscape type of photos we upload too that look good. So I'll go more into this in other modules, but we don't have time at all right now. So we're already running out of time, darn it. The other thing is you cannot have more than 20% text in your image. Okay, you can do that with Facebook and upload it as a post, but when you go to submit your ad, typically Facebook will approve your ad right away, and then the next day it'll get disapproved if it's got more than 20% text. And a lot of cases, I'm telling you, it looks like we have about 10% text and it still gets disapproved. So great, your image is the most important part. You make it stand out. If you can add text in your image, absolutely add a small amount of text if you can. You don't have to always, because you can add text inside the status update. So this is a great page post ad here. You see the Pimsleur approach. They're driving tons and tons of traffic for their language learning programs, and they're taking people right to a sales video where they have a $9.95 front-end product and they upsell people. Kabbage is a financial services company. They're doing stuff there. So here's how you do it. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to Facebook, okay, like I talked about at the beginning. Let's say we're on Perry Marshall, and actually let's go to this one. I like to use this page. This is actually a good tip for you. I have a page that's not active, it's not published. It's called Keith Krantz's Web Media Domination. It was like when I first started I was going to use this name, and I stopped. So I use this page. Notice how it's unpublished to test a lot of my ads, and I'll delete them so I can see how they look and stuff. And this will actually show on my wall when I'm logged into my personal wall, but nobody else sees it. So it's a pretty cool way to preview. So you guys can create kind of a fake page, and then just don't keep it published, or just don't. Actually, you can publish it if you want, because as long as nobody likes it, you're okay. So let's just say, for example, I want to say discover the 10 biggest, discover how you can save up to $8,000 on your car loan interest over the next 4 years. Maybe we'll change that to 2,000 or whatever, you know what I mean? Obviously those are big numbers, but, and then I'll say something like, and I might add a little bit more, and then I might say click here to learn, and it might be www.cheapcarloans.com/FB01. Okay, and then I might write a little more text here if I want. I can write some more, and then another link below that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is upload a photo. Choose file, and I don't have anything made, so what I'm going to do is look at one we were looking at doing the other day. Let's just do this one. Because we're talking about maybe doing this for a client, and okay, how about that message to market? Save $2,000 and also appear on TV. So this one obviously might be something different for related to getting publicity. So the point is now there's my post. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and if I hit the home button, I might even be able to see what it looks like. Oh, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Yep, there it is. See, now I can see what it looks like here, which is pretty cool. But nobody else is seeing this in their newsfeed, only me. Okay, little tip that probably nobody has ever taught before. So now what I'm going to do is go into over here in my ad manager, and we're going to choose can't actually select it unless it's active. I usually don't do that, but in this case, because of the training, I will. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this page just for you guys so you can see. Okay. And we're going to click on Promote Page Post, and there it is. That's how you do a page post ad. That's the best way, okay? You do not want to do it from the post. You do not want to do, well, they don't let me here because I don't have enough, I don't even know why it's not, but okay, so what I don't want to do is do it from here. I don't want to boost post, okay? This is the not the way you want to do it, because this way it's people who like your page and their friends. I would rather do is people who I choose through targeting, but I'm going to do that inside the ad manager, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to do it just this way, and you're going to do it inside the ad manager. No, that's not the one. Which one is it? This one? Yeah. And then you can select your location, your precise interests, your broad categories, and anything like that. Pretty cool stuff there. And then you're going to go down and you can select your campaign name and your budgeting. Now, what I like to do, and what you guys are going to want to do, is you're going to create a new campaign for every targeting group. So let's say this targeting group is targeting people that like Tony Robbins. Okay. And Anthony Robbins, blah, 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 blah. So, but I might say something like 828 post. Or it might be like FB 828 FB checklist post. And then it's Tony Robbins, or it might be, what I like to do here is separate it out. It might be newsfeed only or desktop only. If I get to, those ways where in a lot of cases I'm gonna name my campaign how kind of I'm targeting. So let's say it's newsfeed only, and it's Tony Robbins. And then some cases I might do Tony Robbins plus friends of fans. Then what you're going to do is you're going to set your campaign budget. So normally we always do a per day budget. So in this case, it's at $40 per day. So what's going to happen is if your audience is large enough, Facebook is going to run $40 throughout the entire day and make sure it does not go over $40. And they'll try to hit it so it ends at it fills up right at about midnight. So you can also select lifetime budget, and then you would just select, a certain date to a certain date, and Facebook will just use that full amount. So if you want to do that, you can do that too. You can also set it. You can, set your start date, or you can just run it right now. So normally, let's say we're just going to run it starting today. So you just have to decide, where you're at on as far as your budget's concerned. And remember, I recommend separating out every category, your interest targeting category, like Tony Robbins or leadership or tennis or whatever it is. Each one of those is going to be in a different in a different campaign. Okay, that way you get, the reason we do this is because if you have too many ads in one campaign, Facebook will not distribute your ads evenly. You'll not get impressions. You're going to have lots of issues. So never have more than 3 or 4. I usually only have 1 or literally 2 ads typically in a campaign. So just so you know, especially with the page post ads. So what you're going to do is, if you want to spend $100 a day in your budget starting out, then if you're using 10 different targeting categories, Tony Robbins, maybe you're targeting people that like Oprah Winfrey or something like that, and you have 10 different targeting audiences, and so you have 10 different campaigns, then what you're going to do is you're going to be at $10 a day in each of those, and that's going to end up being $100 a day. So we do that so you can make sure you can get your impressions out there. Okay, now I can't stress that enough. You want to separate out your campaigns, otherwise you're going to wonder why Facebook's not showing your ads. Okay. And then you're going to select your conversion tracking pixel, but we're not going to do that right now with this one. And then right here where it says optimization, Facebook has your bid will be optimized to increase engagement with your post or optimized for clicks or impressions. You can select this one and see what happens. This one works okay, actually. In some ways, they'll show sometimes more people like liking and commenting and stuff like that on your posts. Problem is you don't really know what your price is going to be. I would say normally I optimize for clicks. There's nothing wrong with trying this one out if you want, totally. So it just depends. Just do some testing. So optimize for clicks, then you have control. Okay, so you're gonna go optimize for clicks, and I like to have manually bid for clicks, so you can set your bid price, or you can optimize for impressions. But then I don't recommend using CPM with Facebook ads unless you know exactly what you're doing. You know you're getting high click-through rates, and maybe you're targeting a small audience. Or there's certain situations that we will use CPM, but I'm not going to go through that now. Maybe you're just trying to get your message in front of your existing fans. Maybe you only have 3,000 fans, and you want to run CPM so you make sure everybody sees your ad. You could do that. So normally we're going to do cost per click, manually bid for your clicks, and I would like to bid a little bit high. So this is a pretty low suggested bid, but sometimes it'll be a lot higher, sometimes it'll be up over $1 in a lot of cases. So it just depends on what you're doing, and so and this is lower than normal. Just sometimes Facebook's finicky that way. So let's say I would bid 40. I'd normally start my bids out a little bit higher, like 60, 70, or 80, or even 90 sometimes, and then I bring them down right away. So for some reason it seems, and this isn't always the case, don't mark my words for fact, okay? Some cases you might start bidding low and you're gonna have better results. The results in your campaigns do not depend on what you bid right here. Okay, the results in your campaigns are going to be all about your targeting and your offers, just so you guys know that. So don't get stuck on this, but it's a big deal. You want to be monitoring it. So I might bid 65 or 70 cents a click and see where I'm at. Well, the reason why is because you can't choose your positioning with Facebook like with Google. With Google, you can kind of bid a certain way, and if you're going to be position 1, 2, 3, or you're trying to get position maybe 5, 6, or 7. So you might be bidding a little bit lower, because you're still getting, maybe you're trying to get that top position on the right side or something like that with Google AdWords. And so there's a lot more strategy. With Facebook, there's not. They don't tell you what position you are when you're bidding as far as the sidebar is concerned. So, and the same with the newsfeed. You might be at the very top of the newsfeed, or you might be you might be a little bit of the ways down the newsfeed a little bit. So it's kind of just an art kind of just trying to get this game and just trying to just run some ads and see how it feels, okay? And so in some cases, like I said, I'll bid a little bit higher, and then I'll start bringing it down, though. I'll start creeping my bid price down, making sure I'm still getting good click-through rates, and see what happens. So you guys will see what I mean, and I'll show you guys some examples as we go. We don't have a lot of time to get into this right now, but let's just say we're going to start at 50 cents with this one, and then we would just hit place order and be good to go. And that's going to take us to the ad manager right after we do that, and we can pause our ad, we can adjust our bid price and stuff like that. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take you to the Power Editor and walk you through fairly quickly how to submit an ad through the Power Editor. We're going to go way deeper in this, so please don't get too frustrated if you don't get everything right here. Okay, today's lesson was to be able to get through, start to finish all in one lesson, so people can see everything and they can refer back to the video and refer back to the slides. So, but basically, once you have the Power Editor up, then what you're going to do is you're going to go over to here and you're going to select. First thing you're going to probably need to do is hit the download button right over here. You're going to hit download okay? And then it's going to let you download all your accounts that you have admin access to, or admin access to on Facebook business pages, and also admin access to on Facebook advertising accounts. So I'm gonna cancel that. Sometimes for some weird reason you can't find your business Facebook page, or you can't download your advertising account. You might have to go to accounts by ID and find your ad ID, which you can do from the normal regular Facebook ad manager. You can find your ad ID and then paste that into here and then see if you find it that way. It's kind of weird sometimes. The Power Editor kind of sucks in a lot of ways, but you have to start using it because you have more features. So once you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to go over here and you go to click on campaigns, and then you're going to click right here, create campaign. Okay. So then I'm going to drop this down. It's going to go to here. It's going to go to untitled over here. Okay. So now I created campaign. Now you have to go over to the left side here and select untitled. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to name campaign. Let's name it test 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I've got a campaign named, and here's where you can do your daily budget. Let's keep it at $10. Okay, we're just going to run campaigns continuously from the start date. Leave all that the same. Now to create an ad, you have to go over here and you have to select ads right at the top here. It's kind of weird. Then you have to hit create ad right here. Create ad. Okay. Cannot create an ad without a campaign. Create campaign first. Notice how this thing is just finicky, and it's like, why did it just do that? It's just because sometimes it does, and you got to make sure you're selected over here. So over here, notice how I've got it selected here. Now I've got my campaign selected that I just created. Now I can create an ad. Okay. Create ad. Ad name. It's just 828 post. And we're going to go down here and Facebook page using a page post. So when you're in the ad creator with the Power Editor, you've got 4 little tabs here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of the long scroll down like you've got over here. So you got the long scroll down here. You've got, all the same stuff. It's just tabbed out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's just all the same stuff right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an ad for a Facebook page using a page post. Okay, let's go to there. Maybe it's down here. Okay, and there it is. Okay, so now in here you can now select your conversion tracking. You can select multiple conversion trackings, unlike you can in the regular editor here. And then placement. This is where it gets really good here. I'm going to scroll down right here. Okay, this is a critical piece about Facebook Power Editor, why it's so much better. All Facebook includes newsfeed, or you can go newsfeed, desktop, and mobile. So just the newsfeed, where you're going to get the highest click-through rates, the lowest, the most, sometimes the lowest cost per click, and also you're going to get a lot of organic reach, and you're just going to get the most exposure. But a lot of cases we might do newsfeed desktop only. Okay, maybe you have an order form or something to fill out, or you have a page that doesn't work well with mobile. Okay, so we're going to do, or you can do newsfeed mobile only, or you can do desktop, right-hand column, and newsfeed on desktop only. And I'll do these sometimes if I know I've got an order form and we're trying to get conversions like right after the click or right after the thank you page. And so just depending on what you're trying to do is where you're going to use your placement. Okay, and so you'll get the mobile stuff on here if you're including mobile devices, and I just leave that on all mobile devices. So okay, then the audience is all the same basically. I'm not going to go through that again, except, of course, inside the Power Editor, you've got the partner categories now, see? And as long as you're in the United States. If you're not in the United States, you're not going to have access to the partner categories, okay? You've got to get creative to get access, so you might have to maybe create a new account in the United States. You would basically hopefully have some if you're doing business in the United States, maybe you have some way that you can create a new Facebook profile and then create a new Facebook advertising account in the US. And then you could access that new account from overseas. That's really the only way you can do it. So, and then the advanced, here's where your custom audiences are here under the advanced options. And then pricing is the same. Go to CPC and select your bid. Okay. So that's basically the Power Editor. Now, one thing real quick. So let's say I want to submit this now. So I did this. There's nothing to save. I don't save anything. Basically, if I X'd out of here and I came back tomorrow, or if I open this up from another computer that's got the Power Editor, it is going to, all the stuff's going to be saved in here. It's basically saving as I go. So if I want to submit this to Facebook, I have to have it highlighted over here, and then I hit upload. Boom. What I do is I hit upload, and then I go over to my regular ad campaign manager, and I refresh it, and I make sure it's submitted through, and hopefully it shows there and it shows it's pending, waiting for the approval. Okay. Boom. Now what I want to do, let's say I want to create another one. I'm going to go to campaigns over here. Again, you got to click it up here. Let's say I want to copy this campaign, so I'm going to go ahead and hit duplicate. This is where it gets another tricky. I hit duplicate, but you don't want to go change things now because it's still on the old one. So I want to go back to this one up here, and now I can go and I can change, and I can go to the ads and change things. Now that was confusing because I named it different. Let's name this campaign 828 FB checklist post newsfeed only Tony Robbins. Okay. Now that was the name of it. Now I'm going to duplicate this and create a new one targeting a different audience. So I'm going to make sure it's highlighted here. Hit duplicate. And it's got to be on campaigns. So now look what happens. I'm still on this one. So if I go make changes here, what's going to happen is if I click the ad and make changes, it's going to make changes to the old one, the original one. I don't want to do that. So I want to go, now I got to click on this one here. Notice how it's Tony Robbins 1. So now I can go to the campaign and I can change the name to take that 1 away. It's acting slow like it does a lot. We're going to change this to Oprah Winfrey. I've never targeted her actually before. Well, I have a little bit, but mixed in with some other targeting. But let's say Oprah Winfrey now. Okay, so that is going to be our new one. So we can go to the ads now and we can change the audience over to Oprah Winfrey. It would have had Tony Robbins in here. Okay, but we're going to change that to Oprah Winfrey. And we can hit upload and it will upload that new campaign. That's how you do that. So we'll go deeper into this stuff in other trainings, but that's gonna be enough for now for that. But that's the basics of the Power Editor. Okay. So now let's go into the targeting. Okay. What you got to do now is you want to make sure you know your target audience. Okay, or get to know it better. I'm talking about just offline, whatever you have for information, and maybe hire somebody to go through your list. And the more you know your audience, the better. But you can use Google. Okay, you can use search for a phrase or a name, then look at people who also search for example. And I'll show you an example of what I mean by that in a second. Use Amazon.com and then scroll down to listings and look at the people who bought this also bought this. All right, and then use Facebook's graph search, which is really cool. I'm going to show you here in just a second. Okay, so check this out. If you search on Facebook, you have to be on a desktop computer. It won't work from like an iPad or your phone. You've got to be on a desktop computer. Go up to the Facebook search and search pages liked by people who like any name or Facebook page, and it will show you other pages they like. This is huge. This is a huge thing right now, which is one thing I'm really excited about. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so what you can also do is you can search, let's say I search Jack Canfield, and then I'll see at the bottom right, it's going to say people also search for Mark Victor Hansen, Dr. Joe Vitale, blah, 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 blah. Okay, not all names are going to do that, obviously, but some will. Okay, you can take those and start searching for those. You can go to Amazon and search something like real estate investing. Okay, and then you can, of course, click on that, like the top listing, and then scroll down and you can look, customers who bought this item also bought this. Then you can drill down into these people and see if any of these guys have any Facebook following. Put their name into Facebook, the precise interests, and see if they come up. And then put them, put them into the graph search. So here's an example. What I mean here. So check this out. I can go to the Facebook search and search pages liked by people who like Jim Rohn. All right. So I can go here and now look at this. Anthony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Success Magazine, and I can see all of these, you guys. This is so huge. You couldn't do this a long time ago, okay? You probably haven't learned about this. This is big, big stuff. This is awesome. Everything, Facebook continues to add likes, interests for us, add better ways for us to find, targeting. You can search personal names on here too, so it's pretty cool. And then you can take all of these and you can take these to Amazon, search in Amazon, and then see other things that people liked, other products that they bought. Also, people bought this, also bought that, and then you can pull those into Facebook, and you can also pull them into the Facebook precise interests in the ad manager and see if any of them come up. So you can really drill down and go deep into your potential audiences. So this is some pretty cool stuff. We're just about done. So let's step 8, bidding and budgeting. I already talked about that. So you're going to test out different bidding strategies, but in some cases I do sometimes like to bid a little higher to get good impressions and get good positioning. And then I get good click-through rates, and then I'll gradually bring my bids down, and you can really bring them down and get your prices down. But also you're going to want to test out some cases starting out low and then gradually raising your bid and just test. It's kind of a weird game with Facebook because when you're on the sidebar, they don't tell you your position like Google does. So Google, you'll see what your cost per click is, but you know what your average position is. Facebook, you don't. So in some cases, you might be paying a little bit more because you were in a higher position, not necessarily because your ad wasn't performing as well. So it's just kind of a artwork to try to just start to learn. Analytics and tracking, monitor your click-through rates, your lead conversion rates, sales conversion rates, engagement levels, etc. Pause poor performing ads, scale improving better performing ads. You guys know that. And then start running advanced strategies. Start remarketing right now. At least get your remarketing pixel installed, and so you're starting to build up that invisible list is what happens with the remarketing. Okay. If you go to Perfect Audience, you actually do get $70 in free clicks. Normally you get 60, but if you use dominatewebmedia.com/perfect audience, you do get some free clicks on that. So you get to try it out for free, which is pretty cool, and it's super easy to install. But I'm going to go more deep into that in other sessions. Adroll.com is another awesome one to use. The rest of them out there, there's other companies, but they're more enterprise level, so you have to spend like $1,000 or $2,000 a week to even use the other services. So. And then you're going to start promoting content like blog posts, videos, podcasts, infographics, etc. And what I'm going to do is actually going to send. I've got a great interview that I did with Dennis Yu, one of the guy that manages campaigns for like Nike, Adidas, Rosetta Stone, Infusionsoft, Marketo, a bunch of other huge brands. And we did a great interview. It's prepping for a new podcast I'm launching, and I'm gonna have Jack upload the raw. The kind of the behind the uncut version of that. It's a great interview about using Facebook to promote content, using Facebook ads to get ROIs and stuff. So then you're going to dial your website in for maximum conversions. We're going to go into more detail on this stuff on other sessions, okay? Then start using custom audiences and lookalike audiences and really dialing things in. Okay, I wanted to have more time for Q&A, but we did end up hitting some throughout. But went a little bit long, darn it. But let's see
Keith,
here.
can you show step 9 again? Kathleen is asking.
Sure. Yeah, step 9, analytics and tracking. I'm not. yeah, obviously we don't have time. I wanted to give you guys soup to nuts today so you can actually, take this, watch this video again, start running things. The thing is um, it's all about your offer. I mean, it really is. Um, it's not as much about getting good click prices as much as it is finding the right audience and having the right landing page and offer and stuff. And so we can really talk about that stuff more on more sessions and inside the group and stuff like that. But so analytics and tracking, yeah, and the Facebook analytics are, they're okay. They show you impressions and they show you social, a lot of social type of stuff and link clicks and stuff, and there's some good data. And you're also gonna be able to drill down into each ad and see how many leads are generated from each ad inside each campaign, or sales if you're tracking sales. So it's pretty cool because with before, what we'd try to do is we would use tracking links, like a Google trackable link or an Infusionsoft trackable link, and we would separate all of our tracking links out by each different targeting category. So we'd know which groups, which audiences, whether it was Tony Robbins or whether it was people that like tennis, which ones were converting best to leads and which ones are converting best to sales. But the problem is with doing a page post ad where you can only really have one link because it's a status update on your Facebook page, then you can't really have a bunch of different trackable links. So you have to really use the Facebook conversion tracking to get more data these days to be able to dial in to different targeting groups within each individual campaign. So, and then let's see here. Do you guys want me to pull up? Well, yeah, let me know if there's any certain questions you want me to hit on.
Well, we covered, the last 5 or so steps in a bit of a hurry. So there are actually more questions here than I'm able to field.
Okay.
And so what I've been telling folks one-on-one is you will be able to answer some questions in more specifics via the Facebook group, as I understand it.
Yep. And so each of these, what we're going to do with the additional trainings is we're going to basically go deep into each. So let me pull up the list here, because what I wanted to do instead of I wanted to get through all of this, because now we can go deep into each of these into additional trainings. But now you have this full video you can go back to, okay, once the recording's up. But I'm going to be going deep in other trainings, deeper in with the landing page stuff like we did today, deeper into the offer, okay. We're going to spend a lot of time going through the Facebook Power Editor, okay, and how to create your ads and the different targeting capabilities, how to target your audience, how to really just when it comes to newsfeed only, sidebar and newsfeed positioning, those types of things. The other thing that we're going to talk about a lot is I'm going to be showing you guys some shortcuts on creating your images. We'll go through and show you how we create images fast to use for a status update, okay, for the graphically challenged. What shortcuts we use, those types of things. So we're going to go deep into really kind of almost each one of these as we go through the program. So don't get overwhelmed if you feel like the last few went through fairly quickly. Let's see here. The one thing we went through a little bit quick was actually, kind of submitting the ad, but I wanted to really kind of hit home the differences between a Facebook page and a Facebook ad account, Facebook ad manager. it can be really confusing, and sometimes it's a question that somebody has to continue to ask until they really understand it. So let's see here. And then you know what? What I could probably, what I'm probably going to do too is on the next training, the more questions you guys can ask, and I'll get a list of all the questions, and one of the ones you can bring up on the group and stuff. I'll kind of tailor what I want to go deepest into on what the most questions are revolved around. Okay. So, and if we have to, if I have to do a couple extra videos here and there in the meantime and upload them to you guys, I'm going to do that for you. So the more you ask, the better. And another thing too is feel free to do this. So I used a tool called Jing to take that screenshot, right? And if you go to the internet and you search Jing, it's a free tool by TechSmith, and you can also create 5-minute little videos. So once you download it, then you can go up here and I can do a little video. So if you guys want to like ask a question with these, this is a great way to ask a question. Sometimes it's hard to explain via an email or a message. So I'll go like, and I ask questions like this all the time when I'm asking tech support. Like literally, I'll send the Facebook guys a video like this, and I'll say, hey, so I'm in my ad manager, and what's going on here? I uploaded this, and it's not working right. Blah blah blah. I went over here, and something's working wrong. Can you help me on that? And then you just hit stop, and then you hit this little button share. You can save it, but typically what you're going to do is you're just going to share it, and then it pops open in a new window as a link, and there's no editing or anything, and now you've got a video that you can upload. And so if you guys want to ask a question like that to me, do that as much as you can too. It's going to help me be able to teach you better. You know what I mean? So there's my video I just created. So you get the point there. So so when it comes to Facebook, I showed you today the page post ad style because that's the best performing ad. That's where you're going to get 1% conversion rates. I'm sorry, you're going to get 1% click-through rates compared to 0.04, 0.06, 0.08. You're going to get 1%, 2%, 2.5%, 3% sometimes. But also sometimes what will happen is somebody might click on that. They might click on the image, but they still have to click on the link. So you're gonna, in some cases, what you're gonna have with an image ad, a lot of cases you're gonna have more clicks than you'll actually have visitors to your page. So here's what I mean by that. Let's go to Perry's page here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to post a couple other posts here just to help you guys out a little bit more here on this. So let's say I click on this image. If this is in the news feed, if I click on the image, I haven't went to the page yet, right? So you're still going to get charged for that. They have to actually click the link to go to the landing page, right? So, and sometimes they'll see that in the news feed, and they'll just click the link. It just depends on the visitor. However, some ads you might do a post like this one here. This is a link that goes to YouTube, right? Or this one here was an ad we did that was a link. And let's look at not the video one, but right here. Okay, so this one here is a video. It's a link on Perry's website. So if you see this in the news feed, it's going to look a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit bigger and stuff. But you get to upload. If I click on this, this takes you to this page. Okay. Now this is a blog post. We're actually driving traffic to that status update, Facebook. Okay. They come to this site, they watch this cool little video, it's Intro to the 80-20 Principle. Some people are going to click here and go to the landing page, right, and get the book. Some people are going to click the hello bar and opt in for, you know, something. Some people are going to scroll down and do something else, and then a lot of people are going to leave. But guess what happens when they leave? We have retargeting set up to go back to the 80-20. And we have retargeting in place that says get my book for 1 penny. So when they see an ad on Facebook or somewhere else with Perry's picture on it and they click on it, that takes them to this page, right to the landing page. Okay, so in this situation, what we did was basically, if I copy this link here, and we use a trackable link, so it's actually an Infusionsoft link, so it looks a little bit different than this one, but if I copy this link and I go over to Facebook, watch what happens. This is another style. I didn't go through this today because we only have time to go over so much on one session, but I want to touch on this. So if I hit paste, it pops in here, and it will pull up any images. You can pick a thumbnail it has any image that's hosted on that page. Now what I can do is I can change the text. So notice down here, we changed the text on this one here. There's no link on that, but this is clickable, which is pretty cool. So I can say something like this, learn, or whatever. Let's just say get my book for 1 penny, blah, blah, blah. And then what I can do is I can actually edit this if I want. I can edit the title that it pulled over, and I can change it. Or I can even edit this. Discover how to get $1,000 per hour work out of da-da-da-da-da. So that I change that to whatever I want. And then what I can do now, this is a new feature, I can upload an image. So we created a pre-play image on this one. So you notice there, that's just an image. It's just a pre-play. I took a screenshot of the YouTube video and I added a little play button. Because if you just, I'll show you here. So we can upload our own image there, whatever we want. Let's say I did this one here. Let's see. Cameraman Studio. So if I post that, the one thing sometimes it's nice when you're doing a link like this and you're doing a link post that it's more of a one-step process. Okay. So if they see it in the news feed like this one here and they click on this, just get taken right to the page. Okay. But if you click on an image, a lot of times they'll just click the link. They won't click on the image, but a lot of times they might click the image. And if that happens, it pulls up to this page, and then they have to click the link. So just things to be aware of. There's pluses and minuses about both. You see these images take up way more space and they're way more visible. So in a lot of cases the image ones still get better results than this one. This type here. So this one here is it's got the play button here, but that's because it's a YouTube video link. But this one here is going to be tough to monetize because you still want to do this. You want to promote your YouTube videos on Facebook, of course, but that's going to take them off Facebook into YouTube, where you're not able to retarget and all that stuff. So the other thing is, one of the best things that's working awesome right now is video posts. Okay, so this is where you upload an actual video file. So back to this up here. Let's go ahead and reload this page. So get that out of there. Now I can do this. Instead of uploading a photo like I did, I can create a message. Register for my webinar, ... And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a video, and then of course I'm going to write my message here, my headline and my message, and then I'm going to put my link to register. Okay, register here. It's going to be www./webinar. Okay. Then I'm going to upload a video file. Okay, it's got to be a file like an MOV or an MP4 file. Once you upload it, then what's pretty cool is you get to title that video, which gives you a bolded headline, and you get to choose which thumbnail you want. So check this out. I'll show you what I mean. So let's just say I did that and then I uploaded the video. What it's going to do, it's going to take me to this page, sort of like this. But well, that's a cool voice. You hear that voice? Sounds familiar. Brian Todd. So now I can even edit my thumbnail and edit the text after I post this. So let's say I posted this, a couple weeks ago. We're driving ads to it, and we want to change something in the headline. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to hit edit. And now I can change the headline here. I can change anything in here. I can even change the URL if I want. So like if it's a webinar, a lot of times you'll do this stuff. You'll change it a little bit. Hit done editing. But notice how it's got a bolded title here. Okay, so what happens is so see how this has got this blue bolded title? What I'll do here is when I upload it, and you'll just, by doing this, you guys will figure this out, but I'll create my status update with my link. Then after I upload the video, Facebook will ask me to title the video. Then that's when I'll be able to see this here. Okay? Then the cool thing is you get to edit the thumbnail. So if I click on this, I can still edit the thumbnail. So if I go here and hit edit, actually it's going to be over here. Options, edit.
Keith, when you're done with this point, we need to wrap this up, okay?
Okay. Edit video. So check this out. I can switch thumbnails. I thought about using it. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and, but the problem is, like, for example, this one, there was one that was great here. It had a good quote, make 1,000 per hour doing what you love, but this one got denied because of too much text in the ad. So, pretty cool. Let's do that here for a second, just to show you. So now you got to the different thumbnail. So some pretty cool stuff you guys can do, but yeah, definitely I think we need to wrap it up here. If you guys got any other, just like I said, shoot questions, shoot them in the group, stuff like that. So actually, let's pull that. Where's it at? Here it is right here. Looking through the questions. Oh, yeah, can you send me these too, probably? I'm not sure if you're talking.
Yes, I can send them to you.
Okay, cool. You know what, too? I've got another. I'm going to upload a video into the members area that shows you guys how to walk through the Power Editor. I've got one. It's about a 10-minute video. Actually, it might be a little bit long, maybe about a 15-minute video. We'll upload that into the members area. We're going to go more deep into that in some of the live trainings, but I know some of you guys are asking about that. So we'll upload that in there too.
Okay, we ready to wrap then?
Yeah. Yep. So I'm just reading some of these. So. Okay.
Okay, I'll send you these questions after the webinar. So
okay,
thank
cool.
you, Keith. Thank you, everyone, for being on. Make sure you've sent a request and been added into the Facebook group, and specific questions you have about what we covered today, Keith will hopefully be able to get and address. So thank you, Keith. Thank you, everyone else, and we'll see you on the next webinar.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye now.